And we're back with more FNAF World. Not sure why I have two save files, but whatever. It is irrelevant for what we'll be doing today. And don't worry, Dutaku will be joining me shortly. But there are some things that I can collect in the downtime. Over here in the graveyard, which I really didn't explore very thoroughly looking back at it, we're going to find an entrance to a particular mine that is separate from the mine that we've been spelunking in recently. So much stuff in the way. Because our first priority is going to be getting some new friends. Our current party is kind of at the limit in terms of what they're going to be bringing to the party, so to speak. First I have to remember how to get over there. What are you selling? Alright, the poppers. Those guys destroy themselves in order to instantly deal a large chunk of damage. As a result, I don't find them useful for prolonged encounters. There we go. As you see, this mine is a little bit different, but there's something very special waiting for us if we push towards the back. Poor withered Chica's just over there having a bad time of it. No hands. We'll be back. We'll be back for that. You can take that to the bank. Yep. Did they just auto-kill someone? What happened over there? Sludge. That's mystery box. For some reason I was reading that as mystery bite. So, in order to get the particular goodie that we're after, we're going to need to head to the pretty much the very back of this place. And given the encounter rate, that could take a little bit of time. But that's okay. It's not that I don't like these characters, it's just that we're kind of hitting their maximum level of potential. Now we're encountering nightmare animatronics from FNAF 4. And we're pretty much going to want to tackle these guys the way we would any encounter because, well, the nightmare animatronics are also fairly beefy. So we don't really want to give them the opportunity to go to town on us if we can avoid it. Now, funny enough, in an older build... Hi there.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem. We just encountered a new friend in the form of Nightmare Bonnie.
Just,
Indeed. Let me...
Well, it's been, as soon as I'm like, hey, man, we should do this, My computer goes, yeah, about that, Dave.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think I'm gonna start updating myself. I'm like, no.
Itaku's just like, but my name's not even Dave.
No, it's not, actually. Although, I've had a lot of people actually, they'll mistake me for Dave. That's not my name.
These are boss-busting bits. They're quite expensive, but they're potent on, especially some of the later game enemies, but I'm not going to worry about that.
To defeat the Huns.
What we are here for, however, is just at the back of this particular path. As I mentioned, the Fun House is actually an area where you can recruit almost all the late-game random encounter allies. And we'll want to do that as much as possible, just because...
yeah, the Endo.
Indeed.
Endo skeleton. I completely forgot that we recruited.
Well, we haven't recruited him officially, but Mystery Boxes 2 gives you high-tier characters, so you get brief, temporary tastes of power by getting high-level characters, at least for a short time.
The first taste is free.
Now we got a little bit of a boss encounter before we get our prize.
Oh my
Ooh, this is a pretty beefy party. I can work with this.
So, who are these guys?
The team I have right now is Nightmare Freddy, Withered Bonnie, who is the one with no face, the Puppet, and one of the endoskeleton guys.
I see.
And this is a pretty good offensive team. This isn't bad. Oh yeah, we just kind of rolled over him. Yeah. Those guys were just having a good old time. And now our reward. Oh, well, that's not our reward, but I'll take that too. Oh, we have to kill this guy really fast. He has auto-kill powers.
Yeah, it's about to say,
we killed him
that.
really fast. He tried to use escape key on us, but I think we killed him before it could register. And thank goodness for it. Find characters, which does precisely what the name implies. So I'm going to give up a little bit of raw power in order for us to help find our friends. But I'm also going to get us some other new power-ups that are going to make this process so much easier.
Well, gosh there, Snek. It's me, Toy Bonnie again. I got a guitar.
Now, as I've mentioned before, one of the themes of this game is that not everything is as it seems. And while we've certainly seen elements of that, it's time to really push the limits into how far that can take us. For instance, it's time for us to disregard what we consider the conventional rules of the game and start taking matters into our own hands.
Disregard game. Acquire currency.
Well, that's the hopeful of it. What we're about to do is fairly risky, but if we do this, we'll be met with great rewards. And one of the first ones we can do... It should be fairly quick if I'm lucky. I just need to get over to where the mine access is, and we can start making some stuff happen with some luck. Nice. I don't have to kill this guy again, but this shouldn't be nearly as bad as it was last time.
Happy birthday! This will be the last one you have. Oh no! Oh no!
We ripped him apart.
What a world, what a world.
Ah, man. That's cathartic after he blew us away with that stupid minigun snowball attack. Alright.
You need... It's the Matador from Megaten again, dude. You needed to lower his attack.
Definitely. So you see this rock just north of where Freddy is standing? I'm just going to casually walk into it until I break the boundaries. And welcome to hell! This place is insanely dangerous, with the most dangerous enemies in the game present. And we need to kill them quick and get out of here, because our prize awaits us just off screen. Honestly, getting a team that had instant kill might have been a little bit more efficient, but we're making it work for what it's worth. Just need to get back to Shadow Bonnie so I can reinforce my gift boxes before I start losing people. Alright, okay, we made that work. The upside to this is it's really good grinding here, because everything is super strong! And much like the Funhouse, you can encounter all sorts of enemies here. Upside to that is, of course, that we can encounter all sorts of enemies. Downside to that is we don't have all of our tools yet.
Super Saiyan Freddy.
That's right.
It's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
That's right, that's him. You can tell because he's in his slouched position. He's kind of laying there like, hey guys, mind if I just chill out here? Or like, no.
I'm the beginning of the deepest lore.
He really was. Our UFO really doesn't like him. He likes stunning us. It's a good thing I'm about to find a solution to that problem.
I'd say he's got a lot of health.
That he does. Let's change up the party a bit and see if we can't... Oh. Good job, Mini Reaper. I told you, I told you guys he'd be worth his weight in gold.
Guess you don't fear the Reaper.
And...
Oh, he's actually on the meta list, as I recall. Oh, you could just walk through the trees.
Yep.
Okay.
Now that we are in the super terrifying zone, we can pretty much ignore collision and walk, to a certain extent, through this weird glitched hellscape.
Fourth wall. You can break the fourth wall.
You can break off a hunk of it and throw it at people as a weapon, yes. It's actually the the strongest single damage move, single hit damage move in the game is the word I'm trying to find.
Wow.
And that's why you don't really want to hang around here if you're not ready for it. And we're like just on the cusp of that threshold. But the tools that we're going to get here are going to more than justify our time.
I'd say, how good is Golden Freddy in terms of our overall team that we have thus far?
That's a good point. We actually have picked up some new friends. We should probably start shuffling them in. Okay, we have a moment to consider. Jump Scare, which is a stun, Rainy Day 2, which does damage and lowers defense, and Haunting, which stuns enemies. So he's kind of an enemy control unit. The Marionette is Prize Ball 2, which is a random high-level attack, Mystery Box, random low-level characters, and auto-death. Nightmare Bonnie, who we just got, is all power all the time. We're going to abandon the popper strategy at long last in favor of...
I'd say, it's not doing as much as it used to.
It's not as impressive. Take him for utility.
I feel like Golden Freddy could replace
Yeah.
the other Freddy that we were using in Team A.
Yeah, no, I agree. So far I have Nightmare Bonnie, who's going to be our all-out attack. Golden Freddy's going to be our support / crowd control. That's not bad. We'll take the puppet along for some...
I'm about to say, I feel like the puppet could probably replace Puppet Pals.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to go like full shenanigan range, at which point, I mean, you know, more power to you.
Yeah, and I'll take Phantom Freddy to round out the team, just so we have a very strong debuff the enemy kind of motif. Team 2 will have some auto death, general damage, a healer, and yeah, general all-round. We're going really strong on offense here, but this is kind of the name of the game going forward.
You know what they say.
There it is.
You don't have to heal against enemies that are dead.
That's true. Now, this is the chip I was talking about before, that not only does it block Unscrew, it also blocks Jump Scare.
Really?
Yep. But there's also a few more toys that we're going to collect for our own benefit. We're going to get out of here, which we actually have to walk. We cannot teleport out of here. We have to go back to the glitched object we glitched through.
You can't see it, but I actually have a cuppa right now.
Nice.
The Rican Dark Roast.
Ah, very nice.
Good stuff. Snek makes fun of me all the time. I'm actually quite of a coffee snob. So.
Yeah, I respect that. I've had many jobs where I was very coffee dependent to get through my day, so I mean, I get it. Oh, jeez. Alarm is a very powerful attack, and there's a boss we're going to have to cope with who has a very strong version of it that we need to
Wait,
basically...
is he actually like Toho, just shooting, like, lasers at you?
Yes.
Am I seeing that correctly?
You are seeing that 110% properly. Oh man, that would have been a party wipe had he gotten that off. I mean, again, all we would have lost is time, but... yeah, that attack, one of the chips we're going after is going to be an answer to that. Oh, look at him. He's tiny and cute. Now we're going to beat the crap out of him.
I mean, as you do.
Use haunting to keep him locked down.
I was gonna ask if Golden Freddy actually had like some kind of ghost attack. He looks like he would have some kind of ghost just coming out of him the way he's just kind of deflated and hunched over. I'm happy that Scott, and I have the same idea there.
Yep, very much on the same level. Ah, death by pizza. That's how I hope I go out.
Wasn't that what we were joking about for my Tekken character that I was talking about?
Oh.
I'm gonna punch you like I punched cholesterol.
That's right. Let's see, yeah, here we go. Now, this bird is also a glitched object we can use to enter the Hell Realm. And we're going to take a nice casual walk here to the right, which will take us to the lake. And this is another one of those things that we want to collect quickly, because I believe this one's the shield that we really, really want. When your escape key fails, but your little killer Reaper dude, saves the day and pops them for you.
Hey man, it's the reason why death and break in Final Fantasy just frustrate me, because in Megaten has spoiled me. Like the Mudo and Hama spells.
Oh yeah,
those are really good. Whereas
they're very
Final
equal
Fantasy,
opportunity.
Yeah, in Final Fantasy it's like break and death is never worth it. It's never ever worth it.
It'll only work on you, and never the enemies.
Yeah, and it just kind of frustrates me. It's like, it really... I understand that, yeah, you don't want to have, bosses be weak to it, but, I mean, you're fighting random enemies, and you get to, the best Final Fantasies, 4, 5, and 6. They have really, really bad random encounters. I mean, they're nowhere near probably the most egregious game I would say, which is Breath of Fire 2 especially. But of course you can just walk on water now.
Of course, we've broken collision. The red chest, there it is.
Let's say,
yes.
Don't you want to get the golden chest?
I cannot.
Or would you just walk through it?
I would walk through it right now.
Yeah, okay. Apparently she doesn't have any arms.
Nope.
Or she doesn't have hands.
Nope, that's because they started taking those animatronics apart for parts. That happened in FNAF 2. So the sandy little barrier you see me have now is a permanent upgrade thanks to the chip, and will immediately render null the alarm attack. which is going to greatly ease our discomfort going into the next few fights.
I love that we have like a Gradius shield. That's a cool effect.
Yep.
You ever play those games there, Snek?
I have. I was never like super great at them, but I think my cousin had one of them. And it's actually where I came to become familiar with the Konami code.
I'll say the one on the PlayStation, I played that snot out of that one. That was a really good one. Although, not gonna lie, I mean, when I became aware of it, I think the Parodius games are honestly better.
They are.
And you're probably gonna roll your eyes at it, but I think the best of those is probably Sexy Parodius. Not for the reason you think, but because the character selection is probably the best.
I mean, that's a fair argument. I'm not going to try to take that from you.
I mean, the fact that it's got cheesecake and it doesn't hurt, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I getcha. Pew, 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 pew.
You know what this guy kind of reminds me of? Kerberos. Just the fact that he's got like the 3 little heads coming out of his shoulders.
Yeah, I see that. I definitely get that.
He's another meta guy, isn't he?
He is from FNAF 4, and he...
No, I'm saying he's... I recall from what we were seeing about like who's the optimal build, quote unquote.
Oh. Right. Nightmare Freddy? Yeah, he's a powerhouse. Let's have a look. We've actually grabbed a few characters in the downtime. Yeah, Neon Wall, that is how we would get that barrier if we didn't already have the chip. So we've kind of already ruled this guy out to be useless now. Yeah, he's a straight attacker, very much akin to Nightmare Bonnie. He has the speed down, and
You want to go all offense, or...
That's what I'm thinking. Golden Freddy is a good stall fighter, but that's getting to be less and less useful, so I'm gonna Nightmare Fred, Nightmare Bon.
We're gonna go full Unga Bunga.
Yeah, we're going to embrace auto death as much as possible. I will have him in the B team, though, just because he does have some powers that are useful, and it would be foolish of us to ignore them.
Right. Gonna go full Red, Berserker, and FGO.
Yeah, pretty much.
The people who play Fate are nodding and going, I understand that reference.
Let's see.
Wait, is that the chipper from like the very beginning of the
Yep,
game?
the bosses will respawn, given enough time. Let's see. Was there another
No,
one?
we probably just like sneeze on him and he just... at this point.
Hang on, I'm gonna cheat for a moment.
That is cute, but more useful. Do we have him?
Not that particular Indo. Okay, I need to go... Okay. We need to go back to the graveyard. There's one thing I've overlooked. Now, once again, we need to go into the glitched world. I'm gonna take these because principle. I want to say it's this one?
Free money. I don't think it is.
There we go. Alright, now we just basically need to go left until we end up in the mines. We're going to run into some stuff that we can't mess with, or... we can't even talk to Fredbear right now because we are technically out of bounds. Now, remember that one we saw before?
Oh. Oh, yeah, the auto-mimic ball. You mentioned this before.
Yep. This is going to be a huge boon going forward.
So we finally have it. We have the idiot ball.
That we do.
Nice.
And now that we have all that, we can go into the fun house and immediately set to work.
I'm about to say, this is going to get ridiculous when... Jeez.
Look at him go.
You know, I'm imagining any Tomodachi Quest RPG Maker game that that we make would be akin to this, where it's like you get to the end of the game and it just gets absolutely ridiculous in terms of what you can do.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, we're going to venture into the funhouse, which, despite the
Are we still
name...
glitched?
Nope, we are actually in the normal world right now. I have to obey regular collision physics again.
You know, that is a special character design right there. He looks like he would sell me a burger, or he's gonna, you know, bully some small child in the mid-90s. And his name is like Bubba or something like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And one of the downsides is, like, because a lot of these characters are fresh, they're all low level. So we're taking a bit more damage than normal, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it work.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we, at this point, we got it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as we just, like, smothered this dude in hot cheese.
But I just wanted to sell you a cheeseburger.
We only eat pizza around these parts.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see...
Uh-oh.
Did you see the new Nickelodeon Smash Brothers game that has several Ninja Turtles in it?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of gameplay footage for that the other day.
That actually, as much as I hate to admit it, that looks really fun. And as much as I'm like, man, why are there so many Avatar characters? I'm like, this actually looks really fun, and I you know, once we both get up back on our feet, I would propose that we play that.
Could like, be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty good, so I mean...
Yeah, no, it does. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to main yet. I'm still kind of looking through all the characters. I am opposed to Avatar and SpongeBob on principle, and I know that, like, it basically means I can't use 50% of the cast, but, you know.
You'll probably get really good as Nigel Thornberry, I imagine.
Oh. Smash it. Yeah, it's like, why am I going to get upset that, you know, Tim Curry is not voicing him when I can just do what, you know, he's going to say anyway?
Smashing.
Yes. I will go beyond to where the only place not corrupted by capitalism, space. Yeah, he was in Red Alert. Do you not know that?
I forgot that. I remember seeing footage of that. Like, that was actually really popular footage to use in YouTube poops back in the day.
Yeah, it was. You know, Commander Boreal.
Boreal.
There's no time to be lost.
There's time to be... Battle, brothers!
Brace Marines. The enemy is at our door.
But we will not die. It is the enemy who will die. Die.
We could probably do that entire thing.
Probably.
Put our minds to it. Oh, so... Oh, ha! Red Bear.
Yeah.
I see what you did this time.
Yep. This is the land of rejected OCs, apparently. And it's just as well, because we'll need to murder the crap out of these guys, like, a lot in order to get the last of our good friends. And between here and the glitch hell, we should be able to get them.
There's going to be, like, a loaf of bread with, you know, a loaf with Bread Bear. So it would be Bread Bear.
You know, I don't think it's come up, but I could totally see it. Oh, he stunned us. I thought that blocked all jump scares. Oh well. Not like it's really gonna slow us down any.
And then there's, you know, one that's made out of graphite, and you'll be a lead bear. Ooh.
Our little Reaper bit got tired, and he's like, no, stop that. Bad.
Oh. Shame on you!
Fun with filters, class.